Welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. I am Elina's libido incarnate, Jubidu.
And I am that senpai who loves to give everyone head pats, Sobroni.
You know what? Runner-up was Takeda's baby mama. Anywho, welcome back to the G&A podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the web, the weeb. How are you doing, Oni?
I am exhausted because I've been spending this whole week moving, but good now, so I'm happy. How about you?
I don't know. This weekend was pretty great. I'm not like, okay, great's a strong word, but it's
I'm like, oh, you're too optimistic, Drew. Turn it down.
Yeah, right. I know. Like, I was like, great. I know, right? I'm like, let's not. It was a pretty solid weekend, honestly. It's like, my mind barely spiraled into complete and utter despair. Like, barely. And that usually happens the most on the weekend. So, bless up. So yeah, I'm having a good weekend.
Good.
So yes, hopefully that will lead us into a good podcast. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with our new segment this week in anime. So a blast from the past. Black Rock Shooter Dawn Fall Anime unveils staff in a spring 2022 premiere. Does anyone even remember what Black Rock Shooter is? I was like, wait, what?
That's like so old.
That is ancient. And I don't think it was that good either.
It wasn't. The song is good.
Yes.
You're talking about like literally Hatsune Miku era.
Yes, literally.
Damn, that is ancient. That's before idols were a thing.
Yes, I think
the pre-idol era.
This anime just pops up in my mind so clearly because this is one of the first anime you told me about that is slowly starting to get me in even more into anime. Like, this is my journey from going away from like the mainstream and being into more like niche shit.
Yeah. I vaguely remember this from high school.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's going to go. Do I want to cover this? I don't know. I mean, they have it. I think it's gonna be like a CG. Like it's gonna be like CG. So it's like, So that's what makes me But the people who are working on it did Psycho Pass. So it's like Psycho Pass is pretty good. They did Azure Lane. I don't know what that really means to me. Like, no shade to Azure Lane. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean it's bad, but I'm like, dot. So yeah, the people who did Azure Lane are very much in this, which is, random, but all right. Yeah. So basically, for anyone who is old and ancient and decrepit like us,
yes,
boomers out there. Here's your nostalgia. Yep. All right, Oni, what do you got for us?
In more relevant and contemporary news.
No, you don't have to shade my news like that, but continue.
World's End Harems anime episode 2 and later delayed until January. So we were going to be covering World's End Harem for the podcast this season because it's going to be a trashy garbage dumpster fire, and I want to be part of that. But unfortunately, God has other plans because he's delayed it until January.
Womp womp.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think they give a specific reason. To closely examine the anime's production is the reason that they gave. And that can go one of two ways. Because
wait, say that again? I'm sorry, repeat that again? Why?
They delayed it until January 2022 because they want to closely examine the anime's production.
Oh.
Yeah, so World's End Harem, I haven't read the manga, but from what people have told me about it and like the screenshots I've seen, it's something like it's some real redo of Healer type shit. It's like one of those really bad trashy shits where it's like, you know, a lot of NTR, some stuff I can't say because it'll be blacklisted on YouTube. So yeah,
yeah.
so I'm thinking maybe
This is definitely this is definitely the big man upstairs protecting me. Thank you so much, Kami-sama. Thank you. I appreciate it.
But I also
Big
heard
ups.
that the first episode that did air, because they gave like a pre-airing episode, was
Uh-huh.
so censored that like 50% of it was just like unwatchable. Like the whole screen was just black while people were talking. Because like everyone's just naked and they can't show anything.
All right.
So
Well, I'm
I
gonna
don't
keep it a
know.
bug. I probably am. We're not probably gonna pick it up back around for the
Hey,
winter.
I want to be part of this dumpster fire.
Okay, well, you can be part of it on your own time.
We'll see. We'll
I'm
see.
like, I
I'll
think
fight
we
for it
will.
again in winter.
Yeah, okay, good luck. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's move on to our weekly reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna start off because we were off on we took the week off last week because we basically only had like 3 shows to cover.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play a little bit of catch up, starting with the last episode of Higurashi, something something Sotsu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't have the name of it in front of me, so, like I usually do. Huh.
So are we going to talk about this episode specifically, or are we talking about the series?
Yes.
This episode, I have mixed feelings on. I guess the series as a whole I have mixed feelings on too. But the episode I felt was too like it was like a happy resolution and it was really rushed. I don't know. Like I felt like it was over too quick.
Really? Like, what else could they do?
I know that's why I'm mixed because I'm like, I kind of maybe wanted it to be more of an ambiguous, dark ending. You know, whereas this one was more a little bit too happy. I'm like, for such a dark series, I don't know, the ending was just a bit too happy.
I mean, but you know, all these stories end happy. Like, there's never a story that ended.
Umideko did not end that happy.
I was happy.
No, depends what ending you went for. I think that like Higurashi, the original series ended happy, but that was like the point of it. It was like, oh, miracles do come true. In this one, it was like setting up the conflict between what will later become Lambda Delta and Burn Castell. So for me, I was hoping for more of a like a them being at each other's throats type of situation, as opposed to them just being like, all right, we'll just resume this later.
I mean, but I would go as far as to say that I would say that this well, not even this episode. Very much, well, this episode, yes, but also the whole series in general kind of just cemented, you know, what their relationship looks like, and why it's so fucked up, essentially. Like, I mean, yes, and in Umineko, like, yes, would it be nice to kind of have a bridge between the end of this and kind of Umineko to kind of see how their relationship continues? Sure, but I feel like they gave you enough cookie crumbs that like their relationship, they're not like they didn't end the anime saying we're best friends, best buddies, or cool. Like, it definitely was like, oh no, we're still kind of weird. We're kind of be weird about each other now from now on because we've done killed each other and fought each other so many times. Like, their relationship is still very much fucked up going forward.
Yeah, I definitely think that I need more. Like, I want more. Like, yeah, like a bridge series between this and Umineko. We just developing Burn and Lambda more would be really good. Which I think we might get because apparently there is news of a new series or some quote unquote big news happening for Higurashi in December. So
yeah, so we could definitely might get that. There's some really good animation.
Oh yeah, there was some great animation this episode.
Some
They put some
really good
budget.
animation. Yes, amazing budget.
That remix of Dear You at the end I was playing was fucking fantastic. It was great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love how the end. It's just kind of funny. The end was like, "Hey, you guys can just be friends and go separate ways."
I like at the end where they do the whole parting thing when Rika's going on the train. Like, we must be apart for some time, but we'll meet again. And literally, like the next scene, or Togo's like, "Yo, later for this, I'm hunting after Rika again. Bye, peace. I'm chasing Rika."
Exactly.
Like, damn, it's been like 2 minutes, bro. You didn't even go home yet.
Exactly, and that's pretty much what their really twisted relationship was like. You know, the scenes in Umineko where they're literally like straddling each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like instead of killing each other, we're witches now, so we're just going to try to assert dominance over the other through like games, through really twisted, warped games, because we're now twisted, warped people.
Yeah, and I really do hope we get an Umineko remake by the same studio because holy shit, they did a great job with the gore and the cinematography in this series is so
Yeah.
on point. Can you imagine what they would do with Umineko? Like holy, like just imagining some scenes from Umineko done by the studio.
Oh my
Blows my
gosh.
mind.
Yes. Oh my god, the one with it's so sad how I forgot everyone's name. To be fair, there's a lot of names. Uh, the one in chapter 5
Mm-hmm.
with where she just like shin 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 shin
Oh
shin
yeah,
shin
yeah,
shin
yeah, her, yeah,
like
yeah. That'd be great.
iconic. I'm looking forward to that scene.
We need Erica. We need Erica in full animation, all her glory,
Good
please.
though, very good though.
I
Yes.
need her just like slapping the shit out of people or whatever.
Gosh, she was so awful.
She was. She was the worst. But in a good way.
Yes, not yes, in a very entertaining way, like like ridiculously a bitch for no reason. Oh yeah, I agree. This come who did this again? Was this this one
Passione, yeah.
Passione? It was Passione. Okay, yeah, they definitely can handle Minako. I'd be very happy if they did that. I found it funny that Yua gets turned into a lolly. Like,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, never mind. 10 out of 10 episode.
you're like, oh, she's
they somehow
really
made
better.
you even better. Yeah, exactly. They found the only thing that they could do to make her even better than she already was. Make her a loli.
Yikes. Yikes. But yeah, everything just kind of just turned. So episode just kind of just turned to like a giant action-packed slobber knocker.
Yeah,
which is slightly, off-brand for at least Higurashi. Like they quickly ran into Umineko like territory very quickly in these past 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind because Umineko's a shit.
So as a series then, like Go and Sotu together, what do you think?
Oh, I have to add
I mean, do you want to add Go? I feel like they're the same. Like, I would.
only because we added, only because we rated Go by itself.
I mean, fair, but then I feel like if you're just gonna grade Sotu by itself, it's gonna be very one-sided.
I thought what really?
I mean, I feel like Go was just a lot better on its own than Sotu was. Because Sotu's issue is like it had a lot of going through retreading of old scenes and recaps and
that
stuff.
Is true.
Like the new stuff that we did get was great. Like holy shit, episode 14 or whatever with the battle.
Yes, but it was episode 14.
Yeah, exactly.
That is very, very true. I don't know. I still would. I still wouldn't give it a low score. I would probably, if I could give Sotsu by itself, I would still. I would give it either. Keep in mind that I watched Go already. I would probably give it a solid 8. I'd give it an 8. I would give it an 8 because the 2 episodes carried, but you know, of course, it lost the points because, like you said, I had to watch multiple scenes that were literally copy and paste.
Exactly.
However, watching some of those scenes, watching it from Sotoko's point of view, worth.
Yeah, like a lot of I still remember the Mion scene was really great, where she just kills Mion.
Yeah,
fucking Mion kills her. Throws her in the toilet. There was some good comedy gold this season.
Excellent comedy.
Yes. Who would have guessed? Higurashi is an excellent comedy.
Yes, that shit was hilarious.
I'm also gonna give Sotu an 8 for pretty much the same reason. But I'm gonna go back and retroactively give Go a 9.5.
I'm not.
Sorry, it's a bias rating. I'm completely fine with just saying it's a bias rating, only because it listen, this reinvigorated my love for Higurashi, and
that's an extreme.
Yeah,
bias.
Listen,
after that too, but it wasn't, the first season wasn't that great. It was
like I said, it was like an 8.5 if I'm being objective.
Yes,
but
8 point. Yes,
it gets a point for being biased in my face. Like, after living through what Shaft did to fucking Extra, all right, they just slaughtered that series. There's never gonna be another Fate Extra anime because Shaft just completely atomized the fucking corpse of Extra. So after seeing how much a remake or a new spinoff can destroy a franchise or whatever, seeing Higurashi get this remake and all the different things that it did to show how fresh and cool the franchise is and kind of bring it back to life, and now there might be potential new Higurashi series and maybe a hope for a Umineko remake. It just gets me so hyped up that I have to give it on a completely biased level.
And you know what? That is perfectly fair, and that's fine. As long as you're acknowledging it's biased as fuck.
I will acknowledge this.
Then that it is what it is, and it was still an enjoyable ride. This is besides the points where, I feel like I almost fell asleep because I was just watching the same slice of life scenes.
I do think it would have worked better as a movie. If Sotu was just a movie, I think it could have worked.
Huh. Maybe you should tell that to Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Just saying. Okay. So that is that. I'll make sure this is rated by score. It is. All right, cool. Next up is Mushoku Tensei Isekai Itara Honki Dasu Part 2, episodes 1 and 2.
Yes, because this started last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't cover the first half of the season on the podcast because we weren't expecting it to be as good as it was.
You really missed this one. Oh my god.
Yeah, this one flew under the radar. I forgot what we watched in the season, but I guarantee there was at least 4 shows that were not as good as this one.
Nope.
And right off the bat, I think it's starting off on a really good really good foot.
The introduction to that random god character who's Oni's clearly favorite.
Yes. God Lowly, or was it Demon Emperor?
Demon Emperor Lowly, yep.
Great character. They're going crazy with the animation in a lot of different scenes in this episode, or in the show in general. Like whenever the demon lady was just doing anything, the animation was so hyped. Extra.
Yeah, she was like just zooming around the screen. Like it felt like I was watching Bugs Bunny, but in Japan.
It felt like a Looney Tunes cartoon or something. Like, oh my god, calm down, animation, stop. Like they literally changed art styles at certain points.
Yeah, straight up. And I'm just like, wait, why did her walking to one side of the room to the other look so beautiful?
Exactly. One thing I really like about this season, or these first 2 episodes though, is you can see a little bit of character growth. Like the character growth in this series is very, very subtle. But like things like when Rudy beats Eris in the fight, she tries to trick him and like she doesn't fall for it, and she still gets upset. Like she still shows that she's immature and childish, but she doesn't get as upset as she used to.
She used to be, yeah. She would be like screaming through the whole tantrum,
and she gets over it quicker. You know, so it's like, yeah, she didn't go from like super immature to super mature overnight, but you can like slowly see her becoming slightly more and more mature.
Yep.
Which I really like.
And you know, Rudy, even though he's still a piece of shit, he was able to somehow contain himself from like, you know, molesting his own cousin. So there's that.
There's that. I guess. Yeah, there's growth. I will say there was a lot of horny in episode 2. I feel like episode 1
yes.
Was like,
yeah, episode 1 was good, especially because of the Demon Lord. But episode 2, as
Drew made an appearance in the. I didn't know he was gonna cameo. You didn't tell me you were cameoing in this season.
Oni said we were watching it together during the live watch. Oni said that I only asked if that was my my original character from when we played D&D.
It really was
a few years ago. It really was. She really was Strawberrica. Except she did a way better job than me.
She was your Strawberrica, but like on a second playthrough, like New Game Plus, where she has all the stats maxed out and everything.
Yes, like, exactly.
Casually walks in. Hey, who wants a gangbang? Let's go. Follow me back.
And they're like, yeah, and they're like, me.
To be fair, I would too.
And then. Fucking Roxy fucked it up.
Roxy coming in
clutch. Ruined the orgy.
No to the debauchery.
Ruined the orgy.
I like that Roxy came through and was like, nah, pure whatever, abstinence only.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's not what's happening. Pure abstinence only. Let's cut to when she was fingering herself, hearing Rudy's parents have sex.
That's still abstinence.
No, abstinence. Pretty sure abstinence you can't do.
Does abstinence not count masturbation?
You know what? This is what Google is here for. Abstinence. I can't spell abstinence. For most people. Okay, fine. I guess not. Not.
Yes, Roxy's still pure.
I
mean, it's irrelevant. The other girl, the elf girl, was also just like, she is one of my favorite characters too. Now, I hope we get more of her. I really do. I want to see her be more thoughty. I want to see more of her information gathering skills.
Yeah, I want to see that as well. It's sad that, you know, some of our friends told us that she's not coming back. I'm just like, I would love if just every couple episodes she's just trying to act.
I want her to have like her own spin-off.
Yes. We're just having shenanigans and she just sleeps with a lot of people. Or yeah.
I kind of feel bad for the dude that they're traveling with, the dwarf or whatever. I feel like she's not sleeping with him. He's the bass player of the group.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep with her either if I was him.
What? She's super hot.
First of all,
I'd be all over that.
First of all, they definitely fucked at some point.
Did they? Do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Hello. How could I, if not, then he just doesn't like women. And listen, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he had to hit it for the one time, but then
Maybe.
they had to keep it church and state because they're in a team. I feel like that's important. I
also feel like you should be in a party that you can just fuck around with. At least for her. Like if you want to get down that much, at least be with a party that you can, like, I don't know, casually hook up with.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Well, actually, you know what? Her and Paul were in the same party. Oh, actually, no, this was a terrible idea.
Exactly. And what did she say about him? Exactly.
Yeah, I need all right, new idea for a spinoff. That whole Adventures of Paul and Elina and the rest of the group, please.
Oh God, no.
Rated 18 plus.
Plus, it's just a hentai.
It's just a straight up hentai.
It's just straight up hentai. But nah, you definitely cannot be in a party where you're all just casually,
Agree to disagree.
Listen, take it from me. Sex can make things very complicated very quickly.
This sounds like a great idea for a plot for a story. Like a fantasy where like the party like has like drama because they're all having relations with each other, and it's like some drums comes up and they all fuck up and get killed or something.
Why'd they have to die?
I don't think it's a dark fantasy, all right?
Oh God, like it could have been like where they like learn to navigate properly, and now nope, everything just dies.
Somebody dies. Somebody has to die. I'm going for the Goblin Slayer route.
One of them dies.
Fine, one of them dies.
One of them dies. It could be like the sweetest one, the one who the one who wasn't doing it, but then she finally gives in. That like lets some dude hit it for one time, and then he's like, maybe I'll stop because I just want her and I'm in love with her and we get married, and then she dies.
Wow, now you made it dark.
It was already dark. You said they were gonna die.
Yeah, but you put a whole backstory to it, like, oh, this cute innocent girl.
Was this not a story? Wait, I don't understand. Was this not a story?
I was just saying some random person in the group died. I don't fucking. It was gonna be the main guy, maybe the adventurer.
Listen, like go big or go home. We can keep it. We can keep it light where no one dies.
Yeah.
That way.
Either way.
I enjoy these episodes a lot.
Same, and it left off in a good spot. I think Rudy's being captured by these beast people.
That was funny. They were like, "Oh, this guy was petting the dog with
sacred beast
with a lewd look on his face," and then the guy's like, "Yeah, but it's like a kid." Like it's a kid,
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. I'm sure they're going to work it out next episode, and then Rudy's gonna have more people that he's cool with.
Probably. I hope he gets to keep the sacred beast. I want the dog.
I was like,
that
dog is. Oh my God! I feel like that's not gonna happen.
It's not. But it'd be really cool if it did.
Oh my God, because he's so cute. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Also animated really well. Like the little playful, like him jumping around and everything. Oh my God, so cute.
His fur, nice and floppy. Oh, I love that dog. You don't know me, but I love you. That literally means.
Oh my God! Imagine Eris with a dog. That'd be so cute. Now I'm just making myself sad because it's not gonna happen.
I just want a dog. All right, let's move on to Komi-san wa Komyo Sho desu, episode 1.
Yes, this is the pre-air episode, so we had to use some fan subs for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the olden days.
Come on, fan subs. That is true. And that explains some translations.
Yeah, it was a bit funky, but it got the job done. And
exactly.
I don't think this is one of the more complicated series to sub anyway.
Yeah, not really.
We didn't miss anything important to the complex and intricate plot of Komi-san.
Yeah, not at all. I will say I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh yeah, me too.
Someone who read the manga, I was very wary of how they're going to execute this.
Mm-hmm.
but holy shit, they blew my expectations out of the water. This is a very strong first episode.
Yeah, there was like 3 shows in particular I was wary about this season, and they all
Mm-hmm.
came through. So,
Yep.
and this one was one of them. Like, first off, the animation was beautiful. It was so crisp and beautiful
So
looking at.
pretty.
Yeah, it was like almost KyoAni tier in top parts. It was just like, oh my god, it's so pretty and shiny, and just like
Yeah.
seeing the fluid like motions of like where Komi would be riding, like her hair just fucking flows behind her or whatever, and her skirt flips up. It's really really pretty.
Yeah, and everything was pretty. And then, it was fun. It was funny. They they had a lot of fun using the characters on screen
Mm-hmm.
to make up for the fact that she doesn't talk. They got to really over exaggerate everyone's love for Komi, because in the manga they're just like, oh my god, we love you, Komi.
Mm-hmm.
But they really, I feel like they really eternalized that and just went balls to the wall with it, and it worked. It's well done for that.
Yeah, they. I can tell that. See, that's what I was afraid of because I didn't read the manga, but I knew it was just like one of those cute girl doing cute things, and the whole premise of the manga was just going to be like, oh, Komi making cute faces. So I wanted to see how that would translate into an anime, and they really went hard with like all the extra little effects
Yep.
and visual
Yep.
comedy. Like at one
Mm-hmm.
point, you see Komi doing her self introduction, and then they're like, there's a guy standing off screen with like a fucking mic, like everyone's just watching her and blushing.
Yeah.
And then she writes her name, and the whole fucking room is just
Everyone just
cheering.
cheers, like throws confetti. Like she rushes past, like after she like does the final stroke, the homeroom teacher's like, like
Yeah, they really went hard with the visual gags, which is appreciated. Really good
yes.
directing.
Yeah, I
Um,
appreciate that a lot.
I will say the one weak part of the episode was the
Mm-hmm.
whole her writing on the chalkboard to talk to
Yes,
him.
okay. So let's talk about that, because I was like, uh yeah, it was just like it went
It went on too long.
very it's just like it was like we were cooking with gas for a long time. We was like really accelerating like crazy, and then this scene just made everything kind of go to a very
Yeah,
sudden stop.
it was a pacing thing where yeah, it was like it was
Yeah,
flowing and flowing and flowing, and then you got to the chalkboard scene, and everything just slowed down for way too long. Which I get it. You need to show that she talks to him with the chalkboard and builds a relationship with him or whatever. It was cute.
yeah.
It was just a bit too slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know there could have been broken up with another scene,
Mm-hmm.
or you could have thrown some gags in it in the
Yeah,
montage.
something like
uh
that would have been
yeah,
good.
you could, like, someone writes something like kind of outlandish, and then it's like
Mm-hmm.
someone responds like, nani the fuck, like,
Yeah, like there's a bunch of Japanese puns you could have threw in there or something. Like maybe she writes something and one kanji means something else. And he's like, wait, what? Yeah, what the fuck is that? And she's like, oh no, this kanji.
exactly, they could have done that. um but no, it was still a pretty good first episode.
Yeah, it left a good first impression, and I'm actually interested in seeing the other characters that they kind of teased, like, oh, the school is full of weirdos, and there was like a lot of really interesting character designs and like standouts that look interesting to me. So I want to see. This is definitely gonna be one of those shows where I'm probably gonna be more interested in all the side characters, Nam and Komi. No offense to Komi,
Yeah.
but I feel like her shtick is gonna get really weak really fast for like you need a balance. This is one of those shows that really need good side characters.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they're gonna be good from what
Mm-hmm.
I remember. So I'm looking forward to that, indeed.
Me too.
All right. Up next we have Takt op.Destiny, episode 1.
Another good one. This was also a lot of really pretty
Yes.
shows this season.
Yes. Yes. I am happy that
Mm-hmm.
I went with my gut on this one. Uh it this is so it was just so interesting. I didn't expect them to go for comedy the way that they did. I feel like their comedy is so weird, but it still works. Like it's just like the comedic timing is just so like sudden.
Yeah,
like it'll be like nothing's happening, and all of a sudden comedy. Like the first scene where the guy's done, cool. First initial fight where she kills it and she's like, I'm done, and just dramatically falls off and it just hits the fucking ground. Like, it took me out. I was so shocked. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I had to rewind that scene where she's like, she collapses and the other girl, like her sister's holding her, like, Colette!
Like, they just, yeah, there's a lot of them just randomly just falling and dropping dead.
Yeah, it's a lot of weird comedy, but it kind of works sometimes. I do like the characters. They were a lot more like I was expecting the show to be more serious than it was, and it was totally not serious at all.
Yeah, not really.
I think the premise is interesting. Like the whole thing where music is like,
yeah,
all the aliens are attracted to music, so you can't play any music. Like the one scene where he's looking at the jukebox, and the restaurant owner is like, "Oh no, don't fucking touch that."
Right? Exactly. And he's like, no, I want music. And like his motivations are so like selfish, like and very selfish and very transparent. He's like, I want to have music. Like Cosette, go kill them. Like
I kind of like that. I like that the main character isn't like some super smart or like super strong, typical shonen type guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, he's perfect, like Kirito. He's like an idiot sometimes. Like he's just a dude who wants to play music.
Yeah.
And is very abrasive towards Colette, and Colette is just like this girl who just wants to fucking eat everything and chill.
she literally that. She's like, I want to eat, and then I like how she even like it's not that dimension. She's not that one dimensional. There's a kind of a almost like a slight arrogance to her.
Yeah.
Because she really just exactly because she was just like, all right, I can handle them. I'm gonna fight them. And then they had this random scene where everything becomes like super cute kid animation-y where she explains how she got her ass beat. I'm like, what? Like the show just took me off guard multiple times.
Yeah, it really did. And even the other girl that's like kind of their handler, Anna, was just like fun to watch. She's just bouncing all over the place, like trying to keep them on track. And she's just like, quick, what's our goal? What are we trying to do? He's like, I just want to listen to music. And she's like, I just want to eat. And he's like, no, we're going to New York. Yeah, this is just a fun trio to watch, and it helps that the animation is so good and the fighting was really good.
Yep.
And the music was great, obviously, because it's a music show, so it better have good music.
I wonder, like a D2, like the ones that being that are referred to as being a D2, is that like a music reference, like a music? I know nothing about reading music.
Me or either. Musical. If you guys are musically inclined, let us know in the comments what D2 means.
If it means anything.
If it means anything, or we're just reading too much into it.
Yeah. Just let us know. Thanks. All right. Up next is Senpai ga Uzai Kohai no Hanashi, episode 1, which is my episode of the week.
It is also my episode of the week.
I mean, I'm also not shocked at all. This episode of the week. Like, I first of all, I want praise for suggesting this one.
Yes, good job, Drew.
You are welcome. When I tell you this anime alone is also added to why my weekend was so amazing, because this shit was literally just a syringe of serotonin straight in my veins.
It was extraordinarily relatable on several levels. And it was very different from other, like, we really do need more adult setting comedies, like I love high school stuff, but like the college comedies like Grand Blue or this one where like Working and this one are really 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 good.
Yes, it was just like the way I just want Harumi to just win. I just want her to win and be successful in all her endeavors. Like she's just a main character. I just want to root for her.
She's just a fun character. She's just lovable, energetic. She's not annoying because she like takes responsibility for fuck ups and stuff. Like
she's so earnest. And then there's Takeda, who just like always looking out for her.
Yeah, he's a bro.
Oh my god, I'm just like, is it bad? And I'm not saying this because I also want him, but is it weird that it's like I kind of almost don't want them to get together? Like I feel like this relationship is so perfect.
Like them just being coworkers and friends.
Yes, it's so perfect and pure, and like it's so sweet. Like the way he just ordered her food for her.
That was adorable. The food, him like trying to slow down his walk so she can keep up, and then him being like, "No, I can handle it. Walk faster."
I know that. I felt the way I really was like. This reminds me of me and Oni, but the opposite.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as a stubborn short person, I completely relate to this.
Yes, except the opposite. He'll insist that I slow down all the time.
And I like even the side characters were really fun. What's his name? The other guy, when he took a picture of her while they were on the train, was cute.
Train together. Oh my god. Like yes, this is a slice of life that I can get into 100%.
Yes. The other chick, just drinks vodka. I'm pretty sure it was just vodka.
I'm convinced it's vodka too.
I'm 100% convinced that she's just drinking vodka.
That's just that.
She just whipped out a vodka
bottle. She was like, "This is what I take in the morning." They're like, should you be drinking? Oh no, it's just water, girl. Yeah, okay. Sure. I'm like, all right, water.
Oh yeah, it was great. I don't know if you saw the ending song play, but like, yo, the animation.
Yes. Why was it so good? Why was it so cute? And by the end of it, he got on his knees so that he was like on level with her doing the fan thing.
It was so fucking adorable. Yeah, I need more of this. I need more of this immediately. This gives me such working vibes. It's not even funny.
It really does. It may not be as funny as working, but it just, I don't know.
It just feels good.
It just makes me so happy. Like I cannot wait. I'm upset. What makes me upset is that it airs on the weekend, so it's like, damn, I can't just be like, oh, I'm having a bad day, let me watch this anime to feel better. Because that's exactly what this anime is for.
Yeah, it's to pick you up.
100%. I love it. Oh my god. Yeah. It's so good. All right. Up next, we have Mieruko-chan, episodes 1 and 2.
Yes. The horror / ecchi / comedy. A lot more ecchi than the other two, but you know.
Yes. It was a lot of ecchi. This is why I said, I was telling you earlier, you know, I think it's the big man upstairs was looking out for me because he said, you're already gonna have one ecchi on your hand. You don't need one that's even like more.
I was gonna say this is like the Sixth Sense meets Ishizoku Reviewers in a
Oh, that's true. They never did fuck ghosts.
Yeah, here we go. Actually, I think the director is the director for Ishizoku Reviewers.
Well, so that explains so a lot. Everything. I like her friend. I like the friend of Miko.
Yeah, Hana.
Hana. Yeah, she's a little. I'm not gonna lie. She's kind of obnoxious. Let me rephrase that. She would be obnoxious if she was my friend. Because she's like, oh my god, I'm scared of this. Can you open it for me? I've been like, girl, good luck. I'm going to the next class. Got it.
Yeah,
time to grow up.
I will say, so I'm not sure. Because I meant to like go back and rewatch it, but my working theory for Hana is that she's dead, and it's just Miko can see her. Because has anyone interacted with Hana? I forget if the nurse interacted with Hana when the nurse walked in.
I feel like she referred to
In the
both of
second
them.
episode. Yeah, I think she did. So I got to rewatch that. But if she didn't, that's my theory. If she did, then fuck that. I didn't. I guess my theory's wrong.
Yeah, I'm like almost positive she interacted with them and was like telling them like, "Hey, what y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Get your butts back to class."
I wanted to see if she was just looking at Miko when she said that. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck are you doing?
not have to look.
Because this is definitely one of those shows that would pull that. Like, I got the Sixth Sense vibes. Like, oh, you thought that her friend was alive the whole time, but really, she was dead.
That scene. That scene where she. Okay, see, no, because then how would you explain how she got on the line of the living while Homegirl was on the line of the dead? Like, why would a dead spirit?
I guess you're right. She would also see
And
the dead people.
everyone would be like, "Hey, why are you cutting into line?" Because obviously the person wouldn't be there.
Yeah, it's true. All right, fine, fair enough. I guess not.
I mean, I'm still gonna look over it for one time, but
damn.
Yeah, sorry.
That scene was actually pretty funny though, like because I totally would do that and get myself killed.
Yeah. Also, the ghost was like straight up, you know. I feel like ghosts don't tend to go after other ghosts. Like they would just go after the human, and that ghost was all up on poor Haru. I mean Haru Hana.
Yeah, that ghost was just also horny, which is what I kind of like. Is like there's a real difference between like I was afraid. The one thing I was afraid of the show was that it was going to be very one note, where it's like, oh, she sees a ghost and she can't react to it. But they kind of switch it up sometimes. Like sometimes the ghosts are more evil than other ghosts, and sometimes she falls into traps where she's like almost forced to acknowledge. Like if Hana didn't save her from that line situation, she would have just straight up acknowledged that those ghosts exist because she would have walked behind them in a line, and then I don't know what would have happened after that. So like she finds herself in situations where like unknowingly can acknowledge ghosts and fuck.
Also, I have a question. Did they at any point like assume like did they establish like what happens if she acknowledges the ghost in the story?
I don't think they explicitly did, but I'm pretty sure it means that they can either possess her or kill her, because that's the thing I think I heard about in Japanese folklore or something. Like if you acknowledge ghosts, they just kill you on the spot or something. So
okay, gotcha. So,
and I think that's why they're always asking her, like, "Hey, you see me? If you see me, I'm gonna fucking possess you or kill you."
Yeah. I will say what happened in the end with the cat thing, that was wild.
Yeah, that kind of changed up the game because that
was wild. I'm really, like, is this implying that homeboy like kills cats?
Yeah, I think they were. So that was like a really good twist because even the ghost that was with the cat, like in the box, the really freaky looking ghost, I think that was just like a good, like maybe not a good ghost, like a guardian, like he was just protecting
the cat. And then when homeboy was like, that's when the ghost was like, no. I'm like, oh, he must be saying no for a reason.
Yeah, and then he had like all these dead cat spirits behind him, or
behind him,
like, making noises and stuff. I think he was just like a cat killer or something. So I find that interesting because it means that maybe Miko can like see, you know, people who are evil and people who are good. Like she noticed to the good.
Yeah, and they could incorporate that more. Yeah, then I'd really be able to really get into this series.
Like, yeah, if she starts going around figuring out who's evil and who's good, or like I want her to start being like the Sixth Sense, where she has to like start helping ghosts or something like that. Like play more into that whole good ghost, bad ghost. I can have like a sixth sense of seeing the good and bad in people.
Yeah, essentially. So yeah, that's definitely something I would want to see. I mean, she doesn't. I don't say she has to help people. I'm just saying like she could do that, and then that could just work itself into a plot.
Yeah, as long as there is a plot. Like,
yeah, I don't want to be Sixth Sense per se.
Like, I don't want it to be completely plotless, like where it was just like the day-to-day life of this girl who can see ghosts. I kind of want there to be a an actual theme or plot or something going on.
Yeah, and also, well, okay, I don't necessarily need less ecchi per se, but definitely a little more comedy wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I would say it goes. The second episode did add more comedy than the first episode did, but yeah, they can
because it's like her just being like pan faced, pan faced, deadpan. Excuse me, deadpan, and just looking at it's like, all right, cool, we get it. You can't react.
I feel like most of the comedy comes from Hannah. That's probably why you like her so.
Exactly, because Hannah's just like, oh my god, yeah. Meanwhile, like a ghost are like trying to grope her.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, why didn't the bald guy say anything? Why did he just stand there like?
That's a good point.
He's like what? Like, was this? Is he related to Komi? Is that Komi's big brother?
It was a crossover the whole time.
Like, and of course, he opens his mouth as soon as he gets the cat. He's like, "Yeah, I'll take good care of it." I'm like, "Wait, why didn't you say anything?" Like, homegirl's clearly scared of you. You could have said, "Hey, I'm here for so and so." By the way, I started watching The Way of the House Husband, and that's exactly what it reminded me of. It's very really giving me very much House of wait, was it Way of the House Husband? Yeah, that. Which that anime is pretty cute. It's a nice casual watch in my opinion. But yeah, that was weird, but other than that, yeah, it was a decent episode.
Yeah, I think
decent
so.
Episode. Let's see what else do we have up next. Okay, so up next would have been Demon Slayer season 2. But wait, excuse me. Oh, and just so we're saying this for the sake of the podcast now, are we like covering this, or are we waiting until this arc is done?
I want to say wait until this arc is done because like there is some new content, but I don't think we know what the whole arc is about. So
yeah, so this first episode is kind of like a intro. It was before the flame dude, I forget his name. Oh shit. What's his name? I want to actually his name. Rengoku?
Yeah.
Or Rengoku gets boards on the demon train. And it's basically him kind of sniffing around for information. A demon shows up that's in the town called a slasher. Something really cool. The only cool thing that happens worth mentioning is, well, outside the obvious, like, good fight choreography, which wasn't even that much this episode, was the fact that he ends up saving this woman and her granddaughter, this older woman and the granddaughter. And then the grandma has the flashback and she's like, oh, you remind me of that same dude who saved me all those years back. And then, he makes a connection. He's like, oh, that's my father who saved you from your first demon attack. So like, that's like a little cute thing that happened. But other than that, yeah. That's why I told Oni that I was gonna watch it, and if I felt like it was worth mentioning or covering, I would just tell him to watch it. And it was like, it really wasn't, in my opinion. It was just, kind of introducing, giving a little like cute little context of what's happening. But that's basically it. That's the bones of it. The bare bones.
Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna cover it until the new arc starts, which is in December.
All right, cool. So that being said, we kind of are done with our weekly reviews. I guess, and this is if you only if you want to, we can just. Do you want to like talk about what we're doing for another anime now that we're not doing the ecchi anymore?
Yeah, so since World's End Harem is getting pushed back, we do have a slot open.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you seen anything interesting, Drew, that you want to suggest?
No, not really. I've only watched the stuff that we're planning to watch. I haven't watched anything else per se.
Hmm. I've watched Platinum End, which I think was the done by the same guy who did Death Note.
Oh, the angel dude. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that?
So it was actually pretty good. The first episode was pretty wild. It's one of those shows where it's like it can either be really good or really like, you know what I mean? Like
it's giving me a more confident Gendo Guardian feel.
yeah, like it has very strong Future Diary. It's like super Future Diary vibes. Like they do the whole God game. Like, oh, there's 13 people who have a special power, and they have to kill each other, and the one who is the last one standing becomes God. And they all have like a guardian angel, but then like the guardian angel that this guy has is just like a sociopath. But like she's like a cute girl that just like gives him the powers, and like she gives him like Cupid's arrows so anyone falls in love with him and stuff. And then he's like, oh cool, well, how am I gonna make money because I'm poor and homeless? And she's like, oh, why don't you just kill your family and take their money? And he's like, wait, what? And she's like, who cares? Like, they don't treat you well anyway, just kill them. And he's like, aren't you an angel? So it's fun in that sense where it just seems like it's gonna be a bunch of crazy shit happening. So that's my suggestion.
Yeah, I can't really think of an objection. I'm down to watch the crazy shit. Higurashi just ended.
Yeah, it gives me Higurashi.
I don't think we're watching anything that's like super twisted or like messed up.
So yeah, maybe Platinum End.
Okay, maybe Platinum End. I'm like, as you're talking, I was kind of like looking up and down. I heard that the one about the assassin.
That's another one I heard about.
Which but apparently it's giving healer, you do healer vibes.
Yeah,
Question mark?
I think it's the same author.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just like
I heard about the Paladin anime. Orion suggested it, and like a couple of other people. So it was good.
Paladin.
It's very fantasy.
Okay, this is. I mean, it is rated pretty high up. Well, okay, not that high up. Never mind. I lied. I lied. If you're not in the top three,
top three
columns,
rows. Yeah.
rows. Thank you. Top 3 rows. Yeah. I'm like, can't be that good. So yeah. So I guess you have a few
candidates.
You have a few candidates. I don't think I will say which one I want right now. I honestly don't think I mind watching them, and then I guess next podcast we'll have a decision, and
yeah, it'll be a surprise. Stay tuned.
Surprise. But yeah, so that is that. And it's also the end of our podcast. So Oni, if you be such a dear, unless you have anything else to add.
Nope. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the G&A podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you get all episodes as they go up. If you haven't already, you join the party on our Discord, follow us on Twitch, and follow us on Twitter, all linked in the description down below. If you want, you can even become a patron or a channel member like all these lovely people on screen right now. Get yourself a bunch of awesome benefits, including access to our live watch, which we're doing this season. We're doing Mushoku Tensei and Komi-san with all our patrons. So if you want to be part of those live watches, you know what to do. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Um, all I'm gonna say is, yo, Takada's my baby daddy, and that heifer better step up, or else I'm gonna squish her little tiny ass. That is my man, and he had
Get
a
away
good
from my
job. I don't want
man.
him. Yeah, thank you very much. You better step away from him. Listen, he's bringing home the bacon. I don't need you messing that up just because you horny for him at work. I know he's fine. That's why he is mine. You gotta take care of me and his son Shinosuke. Okay. Thank you very much. Back up, bitch.
Yes. The wise words of Drew as he protects his man. Until next time, this has been Soberoni, and
Drooby
we'll
doo.
catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.